So the reason for this video is I really just want to make sure that everything's back to where it was and back to being realigned and however which way it was before. This was just something simple I made up real quick in Fusion, and it's supposed to be 1.5 by 1.5, and then this pocket right here is supposed to be 0.2 inches deep, and it's supposed to be 0.8 inches by 0.8 inches. So the surface finish that came up on this thing is pretty good. I mean, all that on the side. I was really looking for steps in there to see if I would get any steps, and I made this before I took it out. This is the front side, left side, back, and the right. And I just wanted to do that just to make sure, just to see where I was with which directions it was going. Any misalignment from the front to back, then I would know, or left to right, then I would know, and I could correct that by various methods. So from left to right, I got 1.497. So really I'm looking for plus or minus 5 thousandths. That's the biggest thing right there. Front to back I am getting 1.492. Almost the whole way up and down the part. Now that is no good. Let's finish this out here. Pocket from front to back, about 0.798, 797, 798. So that's really close. That's within plus or minus 5 thousandths. And that's front to back, so that's really good on the inside pocket. But it's not that deep either, like the outside contours are. And about the same exact thing from left to right. About 798, 796, 797. Not too bad on the inside pocket, however the outside pocket is pretty rough. And also really quick before I get into trying to shim the spindle head here, I'd like to point out that when I went over it with the facing, the Superfly facing though, I get some steps here. I mean, they're probably not 1,000, probably around 1,000ths of an inch, maybe a little bit less than that, but you can feel them. And I think that might have something to do with the spindle head itself. I mean, you can sort of see the steps, like right there. So I'd like to see what you guys think about shimming the spindle head here. I mean, I think it'd be alright. I think that's the next move really, because I did everything else. I mean, I aligned it, I leveled everything, I shimmed the base, tightened all the gives. But as of now, I am very inclined to just go ahead and shim the spindle head. I have those shims, and I think that would be the next best move for me, at least. Over 5/10 thousandths. So still, that's pretty good for this machine, which leads me to believe that it's something else. Well, I have figured out what the problem is. I have a ton of lost motion in the Y direction. X direction is fairly good, but take a look at this. So I originally was going to go over this again with a new tool and just cut it down to 1.25 inches this time rather than 1.5 inches. Well, once I was dialing this in with the Hymer, I found out what the problem was. So I'm going to pull it back away from the part, so bring the Hymer towards the camera and see how much it moves. I'm moving at 1/1000ths increments, so each one of these tick marks is 1/1000ths. So check it out. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. After clicking the 1/1000ths button 5 times, I finally got it to move 1/1000ths of an inch. And here we are again with the mill torn half apart. So I went in to read the Tormach book, and the give adjustments are what can contribute to the lost motion. And I remember completely tightening this down, this give, as much as I possibly could to get rid of some of this motion here. Well, I believe I tightened it down too far, and that's what gave us that crap. Finally got everything back on, and now we're back to where we started, and it is a lot better. You can check this out here. So we're moving forward. Now we moved all the way forward. Now back, bringing the Heimer closer to the camera, and it moves each time, moving in thousandths, where it took 5 clicks, so 5 thousandths, to move 1,000ths. This is a lot better this time, and it all had to do with those Gibbs. 100%. I could not believe it. So I'm gonna go ahead and run this part again. That's 1.246, and then this side is 1.248. So much better. It falls within the specifications that I want this time. So this, I think that'll work. So it all came down to the Gib adjustments, and I'm going to continue to modify Gibbs as I go. Right now this will be good to go for what I'm going to run next. I'm going to continue to optimize that stuff with the X-axis and the Z-axis spindle head and see how it goes from there. So I originally thought this was going to be a fairly short video, but it ended up not being a short video at all. It's super late, and I think I'm going to call it a day. Found out what we needed to find out, and that's all we need. So if you followed along this long, thanks for watching.